Giants 4-12, losing their 5th straight yesterday. Head coach Joe Judge and his group, they've been bottom feeders since he's basically taken over. Judge sharing, though, after the game, his team is not a laughing matter. I want you to take a listen to this.
This ain't a team that's having fistfights on the sidelines. This ain't some clown show organization or something else, okay? You talk about the foundation built. You talk about things that the toughest thing to change in a team, the toughest thing to change in a club is the way people think. You understand that? That's the toughest thing. You can get new players. You can have in your damn locker room all you want. You got to change how people think. And you got to change how they believe in what you're doing. And they got to trust the process. And that's a lot easier said than done when they're looking up right now and you got 1 game left and the most games you're going to win is 5 this season. Okay? But I guarantee you this. Those men are going to walk in on Wednesday and be ready to roll. We're going to practice hard on Wednesday. We're going to practice hard on Thursday. We're going to practice hard on Friday. Okay? And we're going to play for each other on the field next week. If we don't play well, every fan has a right to boo my ass out of the stadium. You got that? That don't bother me. I don't want it. I don't think anyone wants to get booed, okay? But the reality is, that's all right, okay? It's all right. They have that right.
So Judge said the one thing you take from that, you want to change how people think of him, and along with the Giants as well. I mean, do we think they're a clown show, JLC, based on what we've seen, not just this year, but last year, the last 4 or 5 years with the Giants here?
I think they had -10 passing yards. I'm old enough to remember their OTAs and spring practices when their first-round pick didn't have any cleats that fit them. Guys retiring en masse before the season started. Firing your coordinator, firing an offensive line coach, not even 2 months into your tenure? Firing your coordinator this past November and the offense getting worse under your guy Freddie Kitchens. I mean, I'm not there to put a monitor on a player and find out how hard he's competing on a Wednesday practice, but people don't pay money to see that either. This product has been garbage. It's been garbage pretty much the whole time he's been there, and the players they have the most invested in aren't developing. Either they're hurt, or they're not seeing the ball, or they're caught up in an offense that is going nowhere. Whatever. It's not professional grade, and maybe that stuff sells with John Mara, the owner, and that's the only guy who has to buy it. Maybe he's buying that. But that fan base, the rest of the league, and even that locker room where they're getting their faces beat in for 4 quarters every week, doesn't seem to be a whole lot of belief there. But he only has to impress one individual. That individual's been whispering for months now, which is a bad sign when you got to start talking about somebody's job security. You know, a year and a half into their tenure, has been whispering, nothing to see here, nothing to see here, we're fine. Well, they got absolutely destroyed by a bad Bears team. They probably aren't going to win another game this year, and we'll see if John Mara really thinks he can send out season ticket renewals with Joe Judge's name attached to him. I'm still not completely convinced.
Seems like they haven't recovered from that boat picture about 5 years ago, because since then it's been L's every season since from that point for the Giants. As you mentioned there, fans don't like that.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.